homework, even joining that virtual class. Here with help, we welcome the author of How to Do It Now, because it's not going away, academic and parenting coach Leslie Josel. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning. It's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. How does a teen's procrastination differ than maybe an adult's procrastination?
So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been working with students for over 15 years now. And what I see with them is a lot of their procrastination is actually skill-based, where with adults, we probably say a lot to ourselves and each other, I'm not in the mood, or I don't feel like doing this today, right? We're all about that, I'm not in the mood.
Right.
There's a lot of that external motivation piece. But here's the funny. With your student, if they don't know how to do something, if they are lacking that skill, they really obviously can't do it. So things like understanding time management, or even how to study, or where the best place is for them to do homework. All of those are skill-based. And if they don't have those necessary skills, then that activation piece is just not going to be there.
So I guess, I mean, when you think about a traditional school, it's so helpful because they focus the kids in that direction, right? But now at home, they're on their own.
So what I like to say is when your child attends or attended right now a traditional school setting, there were so many things going on in their favor. There was structure, there were transitions, there were visual cues, that they could lean on to help them get through the day. Even accountability. Most of that, if they're home, is gone. So we're really relying right now on these internal motivation of our students to get done what they need to get done. And I don't know about you, but I don't wake up every morning like, woo, ready to go, totally motivated. I need help, right?
For sure.
I need outside sources to feed me that motivation. So imagine your student sitting in front of a Zoom screen all day long. They're depleted. So we need to try to figure out ways, particularly at home, that we can increase that motivation gene.
Okay, you talk about getting them moving.
Yes. Movement helps to lay down learning. I want all of your viewers to hear me say that. And maybe they can repeat it at home. Movement helps to lay down learning. It means our brains solidify information. But the other thing it does is it keeps our brains activated and engaged, right? We know we're not supposed to be sitting all day long. It's not good for us. So I like kids to be moving as much as they can around their house. And the crazier the places they do what they need to do, the better. So I am the homework in the bathtub girl. I know it sounds funny, no water.
Right.
But I have to say that.
Yeah, right.
Surprised. But there's something about it. It's small, it's cold, it's sensory seeking. Kids like that, the smallness of it. But what it does is it's fun and it's funny. So you're adding a little bit of energy to something that's super boring and unmotivating.
So it's not just move physically as in move your body. You're saying move to wherever they want to study, where they need to, or wherever they're having the next Zoom class in a different spot.
Absolutely. Even if you don't have a big house. So here's my baseline. Even if you don't have the luxury, we know that not everybody has the luxury of having multiple rooms in your house.
Right.
You can at least separate for your student where they do their Zoom online learning versus where they do homework. That in and of itself will provide that transition point of I'm in school right now versus I'm doing my homework right now, to the point where I have students literally pack their backpacks in the morning, walk out their door, walk around their neighborhood or the block or whatever you have, and come back in a different doorway.
Wow.
And go to that place in their home. Remember, that transition for some of your students that are virtual, they've lost that transition. They've lost that time where they left the house and got their brains ready to take in school. We have to mimic that at home. So walking around your block and coming back in another doorway signals, now it's time for me to get down to business.
So should the same be said then of, like, let's say a recess or a lunch break, that you have them get up and go outside and take a lunch break and then come back in?
100%. So what you also have to remember is when your child was at school, there were transition points along the day.
Right.
They left the class, they walked out, they had 5 minutes to recalibrate, meet a friend, walk to a new classroom. They don't have that. So every time you get an opportunity to take your child outside, right now the weather is still absolutely gorgeous. We should be outside, not only to relax the brain, like, as you said, lunch or even like physical activity, but anytime your child can do any learning outside.
Yeah.
So my favorite, I have to just share this, my favorite back to school supply is sidewalk chalk.
Perfect. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
No
And
one
that's
says
creative.
you have to be sitting at it. It's creative.
Right.
I want everyone to think of fun. What can we do to put some fun and energy into these, like, kind of boring, sorry,
Yeah.
but it's true, activities
Yeah.
to engage the child's brain?
Wow, Leslie, lots of great advice. The book again is called How to Do It Now Because It's Not Going Away. Leslie Josel, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You bet. We'll be right back.